Hello and welcome to Atlantic Wisdom. As you may have seen in my previous videos, there appear to be connections between the Taoists of China, the Druids of Celtic Europe, and the indigenous shamanic traditions of Europe. In order to understand these connections further, we have to dig a bit deeper and peel away layers of information and try to find any similarities or patterns in the modern scientific, archaeological, and historical texts, and compare them with each other and see if we can find common ground between them. So where do we begin? Well, there is no time like the present. Physics, the modern study of nature, can separate our experience of the universe into 9 levels or processes which interact and create our experience. These are unformed waves, perception, vibration, Calib Yau space, string intersections, membranes, quarks, protons, neutrons and electrons, and atoms. This explanation of 9 levels or processes forming our experience is not unique within the history of humanity. It has very ancient roots. 1200 years ago, there are records in Norse mythology of 9 realms, and there is evidence at 9 stone circles which lay on a north-south alignment of the Unformed in Norway that state that this belief went back to the Bronze Age. The site locally is known as the Tingstedet, the place of law, which is similar to Irish sites like Mahon Fort in County Clare, which is in the parish of Dromoland, which translates to the Hill of the Law. Both sites date to the same time period. The north-south alignment of the Unformed also has similarities between the levels of consciousness in Buddhism and Taoism, which start in the north in the earth, rise up through the root chakra, through the center of the bodies, towards the south at the crown chakra, and up into the heavens. This forms the connection between heaven and earth, and in earlier traditions, the ancestors and the heaven spirits. In some schools of Buddhism, there are 9 levels of consciousness, each having a distinct function. These are universal consciousness, Alaya or Akashic storehouse, Alaya seed consciousness, Alaya manifest consciousness, ego, transporting consciousness, discerning consciousness, shadow and sensual consciousness. Each of these levels of consciousness have similar attributes to ancient gods and goddesses throughout multiple traditions. In Taoism, they expand the 9 levels further, as they have 18 levels of experience. These are the Tao, or universal consciousness, Shen Ling, which are heaven spirits, and the Immortals, Xian, which are reincarnating spirits, Tian, which is a barrier between heaven and earth, Yuan, which is the original spirit. Then you also have spirit entities, nature spirits, genetic or ancestral spirits, underworld spirits, emotions and form, then space, light and energy, cells, matter and particles. The Taoist 18 levels are often equally divided into 6 groups of 3. The first time this can be observed in the written record is the Yellow Emperor's Medicine Classic, dated back to approximately 2500 BCE. The Yellow Emperor of ancient China gathered all of the wise women and shaman of the northern tribes of China and recorded all of their traditions and teachings and combined them into a philosophical model which he would use to build his empire. Part of the northern tribes at that time were a tribe known as the Avancievo, who were western nomads with links to the Black Sea and northwestern Europe. This indicates that the information the Yellow Emperor gathered was from sources as far as Western Europe and the Atlantic seaboard, northern Siberia, and indigenous Chinese beliefs. The 6 realms are the realm of the gods, who influence every event, and they were good, bad, and neutral gods; the realm of demigods or star gods, who provided the opportunities for events to happen, and we still celebrate these beings today in astrology and our star signs. The ethereal soul, which is a part of our consciousness which is connected to heaven and reincarnates. The corporeal soul, the part of our consciousness which is connected to the earth and dies. The ethereal and corporeal souls are also interpreted as a spiritual and animalistic part of human consciousness, our moral compass. The fifth realm are known as the doors. These are believed to be physical gateways to the underworld, and depending on which door you walk through, the effects are different, as there are good, bad, and neutral doors, which instigate our actions. The Chinese character for door is men, which is similar to the Nordic rune Uruz when it was written down in ancient Chinese texts. Uruz is associated with bulls or cows. The fifth realm, or the doors, open to the underworld, the realm of the ancestors, and the bull is also associated with the ancestors in Taoism, at Newgrange, and the labyrinth of the Minotaur. The men and the Uruz symbols also have a similarity to the large stone megaliths of Stonehenge, possible literal doorways to the ancestors. The sixth realm are known as the palaces. These are palaces, castles, and underworld cities and realms, full of totem animals, nature spirits, and ancestors. The six realms are remarkably similar to European mythology of gateways to the underworld, gods creating and influencing events and opportunities, and people reacting and interacting with all of the realms. The six realms can be further divided into three realms, which is more recognizable with historical knowledge of the Druids and the societies of Bronze Age and Celtic Europe. Three realms are heaven, middle, and earth. This is similar to the old Atlantic and European tradition models of sky, land, and sea, and the Gaulish models of the upper world, the realm of beings, and the lower world. If we look out of the window, we can see the sky, and we can feel the earth beneath our feet. We can observe the myriad of species of life living between them. This would have been the same throughout the history of mankind, with only the interpretation of the three realms being different. The 3 became 6, the 6 became 9, and the 9 became 18 throughout human history and different cultural beliefs. But the history of humanity goes back a lot further than 2500 BCE, and I'll cover that in the next video. Please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next video. And if you would like to support my work, you can buy me a coffee on the link above. Thank you for watching.